guys are... Really, guys? Me too. Great. And stay down.
Yagami-san.
Hmm?
No. Oh.
Here we go. All right. Yep.
Okay.
Nice.
Хорошо. Ну что здесь надо сделать с этим входом, я не понимаю. Собаку может там натравить.
Hell yeah! Good boy.
Who's a good boy?
There you are. Attaboy.
Угу, я нашел чеснок. Замечательно. Но я не понимаю, что здесь надо. Ну, вот он. Ладно, хуй знает. Может днем, потому что вечером они закрыты. Типа. Да нет. Бля, ну там сзади еще вход, конечно, есть, да? Давай обойдем.
Really, guys?
Ну и здесь все закрыто, нахуй. Бред какой-то. А, мне вообще на такси надо. Они сами исчезли?
And stay down.
Ебать, золотой конус. Ключ ко всем победам. Ну ладно.
So, you're recommending an appeal? I have that right? Did some new evidence come to light?
Yui Mamiya told us some things. Like how you faked your alibi for Mikoshiba's murder. You wanted the sexual battery conviction, right?
Well...
Your goal was to avenge your son and humiliate the law on a grand scale.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Ahara-san, we have a much better grasp of the situation than you think.
And what exactly have you grasped?
Like Yagami-san just said, you're innocent. As far as the harassment goes. As your lawyer, I'll file for an appeal. And we'll make sure the world knows it.
Thanks, but no. I'm scum of the earth. A pervert. The prosecution and the judge made that very clear in the verdict.
On the day of the crime, October 7th, at around 6:30 a.m., you were in Ijincho, not Tokyo.
Baloney. I was relaxing at home.
Except that you weren't.
Oh?
You wanted to give the man who pushed your son to suicide the beating of a lifetime. And you'd miss out on that opportunity if you were at home, which is why you were in Ijincho instead. Isn't that right? You and Kawana's former student staked out Mikoshiba's house until he left. Then you dragged your prey into a car and brought him to an abandoned building in Ijincho, which would later become a murder scene. Every bone on Mikoshiba's fingers was broken. Remembering how he pushed Toshiro-kun to his death, it's no wonder you'd go that far. You tortured Mikoshiba without a shred of remorse. You inflicted no small amount of pain and terror. There's no way you weren't there, and I'd put my money on that.
And then...
You need the whole play-by-play, even though you already know it?
Oh, not at all. I'm just fascinated by this outrageous little story.
As for what you did next after beating Mikoshiba...
It's quite a home video.
Without leaving anything on Mikoshiba's body that could be traced back to you, you slit his throat. Estimated time of death was around 7:30 a.m. on October 7th. You tossed the bloody coat and made your way to Ikebukuro Station, where Yui Mamiya was waiting.
Are you sure? I was at Ikebukuro by 7:30 a.m. Would have been impossible for me to kill Mikoshiba and Ijincho.
The person in the security camera footage in Ikebukuro was a double who imitated your likeness. The identity of whom belonged to Jin Kawana, the handyman in Ijincho. Or maybe you know him by a different name. Former high school teacher Yu Kitakata. So which name did he give you?
I don't know who you're talking about.
With Kawana in view of the security camera, you met up with Yui Mamiya at Ikebukuro first. That's where you touched the undergarments she had prepared. The police would later discover the trace evidence on your hands and pin the groping on you. Then you made your way to Shinjuku Station. After that, Mamiya and Kawana acted out the groping as they arrived at Shinjuku Station. Kawana jumped out of the train and Mamiya chased after him. And then, in the smallest of blind spots in a station absolutely packed with cameras, you were waiting for Kawana, who looked just like you. With the two of you matching, you were able to swap places in that huge crowd without anyone noticing. Kawana handed you the transit card used to pass the ticket gate. Just one piece of hard evidence that places you in Ikebukuro at 7:43 a.m. And right after the swap, Mamiya started calling for help. After that, well, we've all seen how the news reported it. You were caught in a public place with plenty of witnesses.
An active duty police officer arrested for sexual battery. The public outcry was very clear. As a result, despite it being your first offense, you were actually tried and convicted. The consensus is that it was a fitting punishment for someone so heinous. Even as your lawyer, I felt the same.
Have some confidence in yourself, Shirosaki-sensei. The prosecution, the judge, and a lawyer like you all laid out the evidence in court and found me guilty. I'm in no position to doubt you. And I've long accepted the ruling that Toshiro was never bullied. There's nothing I can do but abide by the rule of law. Right? That's all I can do, right?
I know what you're trying to say. You carried out the justice that the courts wouldn't, right?
Everything my son went through was passed off like it never even happened. School, the teachers, and yes, the court. They all dismissed the reason he died.
That's when Kawana came in the picture, telling you Toshiro-kun had been bullied. But was it Kawana's words that suddenly made you want to kill Mikoshiba? Because all of his fingers were broken while he was still alive. Was that really all just your pent-up rage?
What do you have to say, Ihara-san?
Did Kawana really tell you? You found enough motive to murder Mikoshiba on hearsay? No. That doesn't sound right. Did Toshiro-kun ever...
My son never...
Then how did you know there was bullying going on? With Sawa, you had to have hurt...
Nearly hit them.
Nearly?
After my trunk, she had...
What?
Kawana-san let me listen to that recording where I learned Sawa-sensei had been muzzled by both the homeroom teacher and the lawyer. That was the proof of Toshiro's bullying I'd wanted all throughout the... After hearing Sawa-sensei's words, I finally understood. They pushed my boy over the edge.
Was there no other evidence of the bullying? Like a diary of Toshiro-kun's or something of the sort?
Nothing. Toshiro never talked to me or my wife about the bullying. And that was probably all my fault. He was bullied in middle school, too. Kids would throw his pencil case around or hide his books. When I heard about it, I chewed him out. They walk all over you because you're weak. Grow spine, I told him.
I take it that was the wrong approach.
Yeah, I can't imagine how much courage it took for him to come forward about his suffering. I'm sure he felt ashamed about it. And I should have listened when he pleaded for help. I should have told him I was proud of his bravery. But instead, I pushed him away. And in the end, Toshiro tried to make sure he never showed weakness to us again, no matter how much pain he was in. He went to a private school out in Yokohama because he hated living with me. But in the end, he still suffered.
And that's why you didn't hesitate to unleash hell on Mikoshiba.
If you say so.
So the first time Kawana showed up was when he let you listen to the phone call with Sawa-sensei.
Yes. He approached me and asked me if I still wanted justice for myself. I was in uniform when he came to me too. Very bold. But it paid off. I owe him a debt of gratitude. He reassured me he had already taken care of multiple individuals and that he'd urged other families to... He'd tell them that simply being branded a bully wasn't enough. He promised...
If justice can be served at one's own discretion, laws would cease to serve their function. If the law isn't fair to everyone, no one will. The law is only able to help the powerless because it can't be swayed by money, force, or anything.
Then tell me, what's the solution when the law fails to punish someone who laughs in its face, to overlook those the law won't judge?
To render justice with confidence, you require sufficient evidence.
Some of the victims' families refused Kawana's offer of revenge, telling him it would be unfair. But even after rejecting his offer, not a one. Do you understand what that implies? Whether you follow through, Kawana-san presents us being that the law is...
No, you're not. But we're fighting to make it as fair as we can. Laws have to change until they are perfect.
They don't change fast enough. Toshiro's death was murder by another name. Yet, Hiromi Kushiba walked free. He even got to enroll in a teaching program as a student. Someone like him? It's insane! I'd die of old age before the law was ever written to be fair enough. For Toshiro's sake, I can't turn a blind eye to a world where the Mikoshibas can live with... Tell me, what alternative was there to getting blood on my hands? I didn't have any other choice.
Yagami-san, did he just...
This is the first time you've admitted to killing Mikoshiba.
You really did your research, unlike those useless cops. Kawana-san's plan was impressive. Although I didn't expect it to be unraveled, so...
I just got lucky. There was some dirt on Yui Mamiya that Kawana could have used against her. If we hadn't found it, there's no way we would have gotten her to talk.
What are you talking about?
Sorry, but I'm under no obligation to tell you.
Ahara-san, you'll be sent to prison as a sex offender as it's...
Of course. Just as the charges will be confirmed, and I'll be convicted. As for the police, they wouldn't be able to admit they made a mistake. I could scream, I killed Mikoshiba at the top of my lungs.
Are you saying you intend to admit to the murder after you're released?
Everyone's seen the video of me killing Miko. It's obviously authentic, but the prosecution and the police are saying it's fake. Even if I do confess, they'll sweep it under the rug.
They wouldn't.
No, that's not beneath them. But I take it how they react doesn't really matter to you. All you want is to humiliate the law, don't you? The same system that determined Toshiro-kun's incident.
It seems you're starting to understand. If the prosecution wanted to charge me for Mikoshiba's murder, then they'd have to retract the battery verdict. And that would mean admitting to a massive blunder by the court at the hands of a criminal. It would be chaos. Despite knowing who murdered Mikoshiba, no one would know what to make of the case. Wouldn't that just be wonderful?
I hear you. And I even get why you'd feel pretty proud of accomplishing it.
Do you?
But in this case, the guys pretty much grabbed the tiger by the tail.
What tiger's tail?
Someone's issuing orders to the thugs in Kamurocho from behind the scenes. He's the tiger in this, and they've been closing in on your partner, Kawan, and Sawa-sensei got in their path. I'm sure you get the newspaper in here, right? Sawa-sensei was killed after the thugs broke into her home. All because she got involved with Kawana.
I'm aware she was killed, but this is the first I'm hearing of the reason why. And by thugs, you mean RK?
Yeah, but we don't know why they're going after Kawana.
No way
You think it could be because she got mixed up in your deadly little game?
Excuse
That's
me?
what getting away with murder really looks like. The more you perpetuate the lie, the greater the rift you... And then, the unthinkable happens. Kawana killed others besides Mikoshiba. You said so yourself. That's what brought the angry tiger into play. And if Sawa-sensei ended up paying for that instead, then how can you begin to believe your vengeance is fair?
Because she gave false testimony. She lied in court to say Toshiro was...
She couldn't name Mikoshiba, who was a minor at the time, without evidence. What's more, she was haunted by her testimony. Always second-guessing if she did the right thing. But now she's been killed. Somehow that's acceptable to you? I'm gonna clear up what happened to Sawa-sensei. Just like you did for Toshiro-kun.
How?
By going public with everything you and Kawana did. The first step is to appeal the sexual battery and undo this whole lie.
You never groped Yui Mamiya. That's one crime you're innocent of, Ehara-san. The court's verdict was incorrect. So please give us the chance to appeal. We can prove you're...
What on earth would I get out of...
You get to humiliate the court again. Besides, what are you gonna do for the next half a year?
Fine. Do what you want.
Yes?
I have no intention of admitting to killing Mikoshiba in court. Is your appeal still worth a damn?
We won't know till we try. Let's go, Sari-san. We have client approval to proceed with the appeal. We better act fast.
Yes. Agree.
Yagami-san. Sawa-sensei's death isn't on me. Even if I have grabbed the tiger by the tail. That doesn't mean...
By that logic, you may as well admit that Mikoshiba didn't kill Toshiro-kun. You can't have it both ways. Listen to me. Everything about you, about Kawana, about why Sawa-sensei had to die, we're gonna expose all of it. That's the only thing left we can do for her.
I'm going to fill Genda-sensei in on what happened. Why don't you head over to the office?
Sure thing.
Ну, что стоишь, женщина?
So then, Ihara admitted to killing Miko.
Off the record, yeah. He also admitted Kawana approached him to...
It sounds like you were productive.
It's enough for us to move forward with the appeal, I'd say. How does that sound, Genda-sensei?
Genda-sensei?
The sexual battery and Mikoshiba's murder are the very same case. To clear Ihara of harassment, you'll need to prove he murdered Mikoshiba. But you don't have evidence he did, do you?
Ehara-san was captured on video committing the murder.
And the prosecution claims it's a fake, of unknown origins. The police are...
They're only saying that to cover their asses.
In reality, the sexual battery evidence against Ehara-san is what was... At the very least, we can claim Yui Mamiya and the others aided in fabricating that. Alibi.
You really think the courts will grant you an appeal for just...
Are you saying that's not possible?
I wouldn't go that far. But Ihara won't admit to murdering Mikoshiba in court. Kind of significant, don't you think? So what chance do you have even if you do it? Without any decisive new evidence, you'll just end up splitting hairs over the original. And what good'll it do other than damage your own reputation, Saru-kun?
To be honest with you, I feel like I've been deeply underestimated.
What?
Saori-san, are you actually mad?
Yes. As a matter of fact, I am.
You have every right to be.
Listen, Sensei. Ehara and Kawana devised this plan knowing full well they could manipulate the justice system. Have we not fallen right into their trap? If we take pity on the prosecution now, we play right into their hand.
True.
So how can we worry about reputation when our duty as lawyers is to face the law?
I understand where you're coming from, and you're right to think it.
And another thing. While acting as Ahara's defense in the first trial, I never truly believed the claim. I didn't trust the person I was defending, and I felt sick to my stomach even being in the courtroom.
Sorry, son.
Ahara likely saw right through
Понесло
that.
бабенку.
He probably took great delight in our myopic dedication, and I won't stand for that. I'm gonna show him exactly what I can.
What about you, Yagami? I want to hear your thought.
We should listen to Sari-san. I understand why Ahara and Kawana did what they did.
I see.
Yes. Although my motivation may not be as righteous as Sari-san's. Mikoshiba's murder, the fake groping alibi, the one behind it all was Kawana. And he's in... We need to shine enough light on him that the public can see. And the perfect place to do it is during a...
So it's
If
not...
we pursue Ahara's...
And if we draw out Kawana, then RK and the ones backing him... Soma from RK said Sawa-sensei knew too much. Which means whoever's behind them has a secret that needs to stay buried. Even if it means murder. And I need to figure that secret out. I owe Sawa-sensei that closure. The only thing we can do for her now is make sure the ones pulling the strings pay for it.
Well said. I guess going back wasn't ever really an option.
Genda-sensei.
Looks like I got complacent from all the peace and quiet. Leave it to me.
I apologize. I shouldn't have...
That should be my line, Saori-kun. I suppose I have to make up my... Get out there.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
You heard him.
Hello?
Yagamishi, are you still in...
Yeah, why? What's
I'm
up?
afraid RK seems to be amassing in Ijincho. It's very...
Are they now?
Yeah, I can't shake the feeling that the officers like Soma and Akutsu are still in...
You think so? If I was Soma, I'd have left Ijincho by now. He's a person of...
I see.
Things are settling into place here, though. I'm heading back to Ijincho with Sugiura. We got a lot to go over with you when I get back.
Wonder what it could be.
I'm going to start Yagami...
Sour. Huh?
Shintani.
Да, блять, нахуй ты подпираешь? Так, ну здесь только свиданка, если... А и то свиданки уже нет. Ну, получается, вариантов немного. Едем в Йокогаму. Вот оно.
Really, guys?
1680 неплохо. Мужчины, как дела?
And stay down.
Yeah, let's go.
What a waste. Great. More of them.
Let's do this.
And stay down.
Yeah, let's go.
Ебать.
Keep up.
いらっしゃいませ。ありがとうございます。
Yagami-san.
Well, now that's something. Looks like we're finally starting to see...
Kuwana-san. But there's still some... Like what? Like, why does RK keep going after Kuwana-san? You think that's weird too?
Yeah. That's the piece of the puzzle that'll lead us to why Sawa-sensei got... Before they came to Ijincho, RK was originally looking for Shinya Kawai. But when they found out he might have been killed, they suddenly shifted gears to Kuwana. So what are they
We can guess all we want, but that's not gonna get us. They're strengthening their numbers in Ijincho.
The goons at the bottom rung aren't gonna know if Akatsu or Soma were
That's
around.
true.
Sitting around here won't get us any further. I'm gonna head into this. I'm quick on my feet. That's about all I have going for me right now.
How modest.
Yeah, don't say that, Yagami.
Hello?
It's Shirosaki. Do you have a minute?
Yeah, what's up?
I was thinking back on our interview with Ihara-san, and something he said isn't sitting, so I wanted to ask your opinion.
Which part felt off?
The part about Kuwana approaching other bullying victims besides Ihara-san also mentioned that most of them rejected his offer, but never went to the police either.
Yeah, and?
Well, wasn't the first bully Kuwana killed his own student? Shinya Kawai, I mean. Tormented by his bullies? Mitsuru Kusumoto's leap, that event was the catalyst for Kuwana's actions. So wouldn't he have
Mitsuru Kusumoto's parents? You're talking about his mother, Reiko Kusumoto, right?
Yes, who is currently Vice Minister of the Ministry. If she accepted or is even an accessory to a revenge plot against Kawai, then there's no way she'd ever want that secret to get out. With her level of influence and power, which would explain how RK's actions are being controlled.
And you think it's Reiko Kusumoto?
You don't think vice ministers can control criminal organizations?
Yeah. Tsukumo's actually looked into her before. Yeah, this is genius, Sari-san.
Quite a compliment coming from you. I feel better already.
Don't sweat it. I'll call you if I find anything.
Бач.
What a waste.
Так, ничего, они назад? Бля, ебать, тут это, конечно, очень весело сделано.
Judgement. Yep. I see. Hmm.
Здесь нигде белок нет. Ну, типа, странно.
And stay down.
いらっしゃいませ。ありがとうございます。
Yagami-san, back up.
That was quick.
Well, the day's not over yet. I need... She might be the one behind her.
Really?
Yeah. Can you pull up the picture of her you showed?
Okay. Take a look at this, Yagamishi. Reiko Kusamoto became vice minister. It hasn't even been a full...
Looks like she's still got
yeah,
a good...
there's almost no criticism.
The ministry revolution. Vice minister is pretty...
Pig time. And in that case...
Some kind of connect...
Fair enough, but...
Right. And after killing Sawa-sensei, they tried to kill me. Still, no matter how dangerous the gang, murder is a risky problem. Then again, if someone's pulling the strings, they have a lot less to worry about. Especially if that someone has vice...
Well, the internet's not gonna give
Короче,
us much
вторая
else.
история подряд про то, какие
How about we do our usual
министры
thing? Go
здравоохранения
straight to the
пидорасы.
source.
Maybe we should.
would it really be that easy to get a meeting with someone?
Mitsuru Kusamoto's still in a coma, right?
Yes?
If he's in a hospital, we can catch her by surprise there.
I get you. That might...
What's this now?
It's what now?
Breaking news from the net. It says manhunt for Sawa-sensei's murderer.
And?
It's hitting the network news, too. The person they're after is...
Wanted for the murder of private school teacher Yoko Sawa in her own apartment, Kanagawa PD is conducting a search for the suspect. Self-proclaimed handyman Yu Kitakata.
Why are they looking for Kawana?
Shouldn't they be after Soma?
It's also surfaced that he's been using a false identity for... The police are hopeful that their search will turn up...
If Kawana-san was caught on...
Yeah, I think on that note, I should have been in the footage too. The police only seem to want Kawana, but why? Guess we'll have to ask them.
Who?
Detective Watanabe from Kanagawa PD. He was the...
Been a while, hotshot.
Yeah, I guess it has. Hey, I'm curious. Do you have any evidence that Kawana killed...
I take it you saw the news. Kawana was caught on camera near the crime scene. Plus, he knew the victim. And if that's not enough, he was using a fake name. How's that?
I saw Soma holding an ice pick up to Sawa-sen. Plus, there were RK footprints all over the scene. So why is Kawana the only...
Because the big boys with big balls at HQ said so. Barking at me won't get you anywhere.
So this is all just pressure from upstairs? What is going on?
Why are you so bent out of shape? Kawana's a legitimate suspect, and all we're doing is following procedure. So stick your private investigator schnoz somewhere else.
You know, you sound pretty bent out of shape yourself. Where are you right now?
Uh-huh.
I was thinking maybe we could meet up. How's a free pass to bitch about your work sound? Abe-san?
On the phone, in person, there's nothing I can tell you.
He hung up.
Yagamishi, I managed to focus in on the background noise from your phone call. Despite all the interference, I have a good idea of Nabe's...
What?
He's
Seriously?
on the main drag in Chinatown. If you go now,
But...
It won't matter if I miss...
Yeah.
Чайнатаун. Ну окей. Такси, пожалуйста, до Чайнатауна.
What a waste.
Yagami, why are you here?
Oh, hey, Nabe-san.
Sakurai?
Oh, right.
I take it you didn't just happen to be in the...
Let's just say some friends of mine have a real keen sense of smell. Something stinks about the cops.
Excuse me?
The Sawa case. Why aren't you going after RK? Or are you and you're just keeping me in the dark?
This isn't the place to talk about that. What the...
Hey!
I get the feeling something's keeping you guys from doing your jobs. And I don't have to listen to you.
You want to say that again?
Sakurai, I gotta hit the can. Head back to the station.
Huh?
Need to take a piss, Yagami? You're looking hydrated.
Yeah.
Then let's.
Damn. What's he up to?
Nice spot you brought me to. Very romantic.
Well, we're about to have a shitty conversation. Might as well do it with a pleasant view.
Do the cops really believe Kawana is responsible for...
We wouldn't be looking for him if we weren't serious. We even have a warrant.
To arrest Kawana?
His real name's Yu Kitakata. He's been using a fake. And he services right at the murder scene of his former... In my eyes, he was suspicious enough.
What about Soma from RK? He should have been spotted on the nearby cameras, too. Like when he entered her apartment.
He wasn't.
How was that?
Let me rephrase. There's no footage that had RK in it.
What's that supposed to mean?
From the moment Mikoshiba's murder went down, the higher-ups have been busy playing politics. I had a handle on things when they were just competing with Tokyo P. After that murder footage came out, it really stirred shit up. Sawa-sensei's kid. Someone at the top is trying to keep deep.
You're saying the whole force is in on a cover-up?
It started with the footage surrounding Sawa. Any footage that had the RK guys tagged in it is totally...
Erase the footage? Are you serious?
Yeah. You heard me. Kawana leaving her place is all that's left. Even the parts where you show up are long gone. Before and after, the only person that the cameras pin the crime on is Kawana himself.
Who would go so far to erase the footage? Who would do something like that?
It's time to let it go, Yagami. Mikoshiba's case and Sawa-sensei's case, they're closing the book. And to tie up the loose ends, and this is the shitty part, Kawana has to die in an accident.
What?
Soon as they track him down, they'll put him into custody and then blame it on negligence. They'll say he resisted arrest and died in the struggle, I guess. Someone clearly wants Kawana gone, and they have the power to do it.
Come on. Who could have that power?
Kawana is clearly a target of someone higher up. Even if he sees it coming, he won't be able to stop it. As far as I'm concerned, the case is closed. You wouldn't understand until you've been on the force. When the team you're playing for is rotten to the core, all you can do is look the other way. As for me, I'll stick to the cut and dry cases for a while. That's what'll keep me an honest cop.
That's bullshit! You'll shut the lid on the trash, ignore the smell of the rot coming from inside and go on pretending it's justice? And then you call that being an honest cop?
Asshole. Did you forget that you were talking to a detective?
You never did answer the question, Nami-san. Who had the authority to erase the security cameras? Who wants Kawana dead so bad that they do it inside?
Even if I told you, what the fuck could you do about it, detective? Smartass! Leave it alone, Yagami. It's for your own good.
Is that your call? Well, I think I'll be the judge of that.
You little piece of shit! I've had enough! You dead son of a bitch!
Let's go!
Можно заебись.
I think it's time you cooled off!
Ебать.
Give up already!
Где там Сакэ? Ебать.
They broke the lock and forced their way into Sawa-sensei's place. That's when Soma came in. I'm sure she was terrified. They were pointing an ice pick at her. When I found her, her eyes were still open. I could see the tears. Yet the police are going after Kawana instead of Soma. And the cops that were there know he isn't a suspect, but say their hands are tied. So it'll be my voice you hear instead of hers. And when they come to silence me, I'll know who the puppet masters are.
Лодки колбасить.
I hear you. You're probably right.
And if you have any idea who might be pulling the strings, I need you to tell me before it's too late.
Vice Minister.
Is there anyone on the force who would want Kawana dead?
The moment we opened Sawa-sensei's case, the Kanagawa brass had a suspect file ready to go. They didn't point to your guy Soma. They named you Kitakata, alias Kawana the handyman. Hilarious, isn't it? You were the first to the scene, which means the bigwigs pulled a suspect file before it even happened.
Where'd the info about Kitakata come from?
Not sure. But the National Police Agency said it came from public security.
Public security? Why is public security involved in Sawa?
Seems they were interested in RK's criminal network. You know how after the Tojo clan disbanded, the criminals started going underground? Well, public security would rather let RK roam free than bust them. Monitoring them quietly gives them intel on crime. Even if you catch these guys, no one will just take their place.
Wait, so they want RK on the streets? Is that why they're brushing Sawa-sensei's case under the rug?
If RK goes down in one fell swoop over a murder case, they have to find him. Purely speaking, from public security's point of view, that is.
Unbelievable.
Not that they'd ever say that out in, well, if you believe public security, there's no way RK killed Sawa.
What the hell? Do they even have...
Not that I'm aware of. On top of that, I asked Tokyo PD about Soma. He doesn't have no priors, no census registry.
What does that mean?
The man known as Kazuki Soma doesn't exist, basically. Maybe that's how it's always been, or maybe it's a cover-up. They had plenty of files on Kawana to send our way. They're the ones who made him the prime suspect in Sawa's...
That doesn't make any sense.
Look, Kawana's a scapegoat for RK. Public security wants to shut the curtains on Sawa-sensei's case with him. As far as they're concerned, with Kawana silenced, it'll all balance out.
So that's what you meant by Kawana having an accident.
Right. Better to flush your shit than keep a lid on it.
So who's running the show in public security? Do they have a name?
I wasn't told, unfortunately. Afraid I'm further down the food chain than you thought. Yeah, Watanabe speaking. Huh? Gene show?
Huh?
Right. Got it. Call me if anything else comes up. Juan has been spotted. A witness reported seeing him in Gene show.
Seriously? He's back here?
Couldn't say for sure.
Where's he at?
Fukutokucho, in Koreatown, where the Komi Jewel hang out. The police are headed there now.
Komi Jewel?
Apparently it means spider web in Korean. You haven't seen it? It's made to look like it's abandoned.
And Kawana's there?
You're not gonna say you got that from me, right?
I don't have much time. You said Kawana might have an accident, didn't you? I'm sure that's why you're telling me all this.
If you find him, let him know it's public security that's after him. And they mean business.
Ну такое.
いらっしゃいませ。
Ирашимасе.
ありがとうご。
Камеджуль я знаю где. Ебать, что мне запрыгнуть надо. Пидорасы, стойте. Да, нормально. Ничего такого-то. Легче, чем другие бои. Ты там, блядь, с пистолетом, что ли? Хуевший хуй. Ебать. А я с первого раза прошел. И он на перила прыгает. Да, блядь, ты хуйло. Я обычно запарываю эти кукле, потому что там вообще непонятно, что делать. Я чтобы забрал у него пестик, нет? Да вы что делать, блядь, хуй! Ты заебал мне по спине хуярить. Да я ебал в рот. Ну нахуй они тогда сцену эту запускали. Ах ты, сука. Да ты, блядь. Хуй лучше. Ладно, мне хватит маны. Да я ебал в рот, блядь. До свидания.
What a waste.
Покушать, угостить или у вас только кофе?
いらっしゃいませ。
Starving. Now we're talking. Pretty tasty. Thanks.
ありがとうござい。
Так, ну это здесь, да, Камеджуль. Это понятно. И хватит скейт свой доставать.
Really, guys?
Why is this?
And stay down.
Yagamishi, it's me. I have an update for you. It seems Kawana has been...
Yeah, in Komicho, right? I'm headed there now.
Ah, fastidious as ever. But the police have already started...
Already?
They're probably gonna...
Public secure...
An accident?
Long story short...
I most certainly can. In the meantime, I'll...
Appreciate it.
This is Tsukumo. Yagamishi, please...
Hey, I think I'm in front of...
Indeed you are.
Then you'll notice the cops block the road.
Not to worry.
Better be careful here. Way to go. So...
Can you see the white car that's parked in front of the...
Yeah, I can.
There's a really small gap on the side of the car. You should be able to fit through it. It'll be a tight squeeze, I'm sure.
Yeah, but...
You can leave that part to me.
Tsukumo, where should I go from here?
Komijul proper seems to be located behind those construction. There's one door in the fence, so that's your best bet.
Tsukumo, can I get a hand?
Just leave it to me.
いたぞこっちだ
Okay, that makes sense. Tsukumo, keep navigating for me, huh? It's weird. Hello?
Угу. Непонятно, что наверх идти. В Комиджуле, блять, один ход. Опять здесь хуй стоит, как в 7-й части. Бармен, блять. Все оцепили, он стоит. Угу.
Sensei! Show yourself! Come on, get your ass out here!
Relax with the yelling, will you? You're giving away our location.
How am I supposed to relax? This shit's intense!
Shh, shh, shh.
Sugiura?
Didn't Tsukumo-kun tell you I was on my way?
Yeah.
Yagami-san, all these guys are...
Does that mean RK beat the police?
No, not exactly. I just saw some cops let RK guys through, but maybe I'm wrong.
No,
I mean,
that was no mistake.
But what?
Someone in authority on the force is trying to get rid of Koana. So...
What?
Insane or not, I need to get to Koana before RK or the cops do.
I don't.
Good question. Aren't there people from Komijul here? Maybe we can ask them.
Worth a shot.
Бля, я думал, мы идем пиздить Аркей. Ну ладно.
That looks like a lot of RK muscle to me.
Yeah, but if that many are out searching...
True. I don't see anywhere else we can go. So let's go up those stairs.
Looks like this is the highest we...
Yagami-san, we've got RK coming in from...
Let's find another route. Hey.
Мы же в 7-й части проходили здесь. Ну, кстати.
Yeah, we should be able to get... There we go.
Damn, wish I was that nimble.
Что, я должен прыгнуть? Есть. Конечно, вы хорошо придумали.
Good work, Yag.
Yo, you guys are
Huh?
Komichu.
What's going on here, man? This place is empty. Either way.
Yagami-san.
I'd rather not have to bullshit.
So...
Yeah? Come on.
Yagami-san, looks like the top floor is up ahead. There's a room on this side too, though. I wish we'd had some sign of Kawana-san, but... Are you ready to go, Yak?
Yeah.
Бля, надо было засейвиться.
Man, where is this fucking guy? It's just taking forever. Yeah, it's not like anyone else is here.
You think the cop... Then what do we do?
Seems like Kowana-san.
Let's find out what our...
Well, I guess.
Okay. Hello, gentlemen. Had a couple...
You with the Kome jewel?
Wow. They don't even recognize you, Yagami?
That's kind of sad.
What's going on here?
Huh?
Yagami-san? I don't think it's just too...
Yagami! Hey! That's the detective from Komaru!
A detective?
Just get him! They're with Kitakata!
Fuck yeah! Let's get it started. Hope!
Why does this always happen to me?
Let's go!
Ебать. Хуя себе.
That all you got? I thought you guys came looking for Kowana, right? What were you gonna do?
We were just told to catch him.
You sure the plan wasn't to
I
kill
said
him?
I don't know.
Who gave the order here?
It was Akusa-san. Probably on Soma-san's orders, though.
Hey,
Hey, how come Ijincho has so many creepy masks?
I was just gonna ask you.
Kuwana's not here.
Huh?
That intel was fake. We were the ones who put it out.
You live here? Then you must be Komicho.
Normally, it's us hiring the handyman. But this time, it was Kuwana asking the fake.
Huh? To put out false info?
Yes. He said he wanted to see what kind of enemy he was dealing with, and how they'd respond to an eyewitness report. Seeing as how easy police info made its way to these thugs, I'd say he was wise. Were he any closer, he would have been ensnared by now.
So Kawana's nearby, watching everything unfold as we speak? He's really in Ijincho?
We'll have to clear the room to discuss that.
Hey! Why are you looking at me?
Sorry.
As you said, Kawana's returned to Ijincho. There are benefits to being here that only he...
Where's he hiding out?
Under the protection of Tesso from the Yokohama Ryomon. But you're cleared to see him. We already took care of that.
Kawana actually said he'd meet us?
Come on. There's a way through the cops don't know. You can get out to the city from there.
That'd be helpful, thanks.
Guess you're not so bad after all.
Bear in mind, you may not leave alive if you come back. You were never welcome.
And never. So, where do we find Kuwana-san?
I'm sure the Liumang will lead us to him. Just so happens...
Oh, what?
Now let's get there before Kuwana changes.
Yeah, let's go. I thought I could keep up.
And stay down.
I need to... Come on.
Really, guys?
Let's go.
And stay down.
So, you Yagami Yaniki? Test, will you be coming inside?
No.
Under...
Явно конец главы, но тем не менее.
So, you will you be coming in?
Sure.
This way.
Bro! Hey, man. Welcome back, friends.
Tesso Aniki? Do I have to call you that?
Take a seat. And you too, buddy.
This'll be fun.
And which of your names should we be using for you now? Kuwana? Or do you prefer Kitakata-sensei?
Kitakata's a name that's been all but murdered by society. In Ijincho, I'm just a merry old handyman Kuwana-san.
If you ask the cops, you're the murder suspect Kitakata. After killing Sawa-sensei, you fled the scene. At least, that's the story the police top brass are passing down through the ranks. Now, why would they say something like that about you?
Calm down, Yagami. How come you never relax?
So Kuwana hired you guys from the start, and you pretended to not know each other, and if that's the case, you really went all out for me.
Didn't I tell you? The Liumang accepts anonymous requests. Tesso didn't know I was the one who hired him. I suppose there's no point in hiding.
That's how it is. Nothing to get mad over.
You really aren't hiding anything?
He's a former high school teacher who's going around killing bullies. Can't be much more to hide than that. Do you need any more convincing?
Honestly, I'm at a loss. I worked my ass off to get where you are.
And I'm still trying to untangle the mess you've made of it. You've got my student helpers by the throats. so I'm really backed into a corner here.
You mean the graduates from Kurokawa Academy? Like,
very good, Sugiura-kun. So how about it? No reason for us to doubt each other's intention. All the secrets are out in the open now.
Fine. Then I'm gonna light up.
You were just over at Komiju, weren't you? RK was looking for me there. The police even lent them a hand.
Yeah.
Well, now I'm even more confused. I give up. Who in the world could be after me? Who has influence over both RK and the police?
Care to venture a guess?
They'd be the uneducated guesses of a handyman. You got any bright ideas yourself, Master Detective?
I haven't confirmed it for sure yet, but I have a pretty good theory for you.
Oh? Who?
The Public Security Division. That's what a detective from Kanagawa PD said. According to them, you're the prime suspect in Sawa-sensei's murder. That's why Kanagawa PD was told to lay off. Any trace of RK in the footage near Sawa-sensei's place is gone. Likely Public Security's work. And with that kind of backing, it's understandable why RK is so confident.
Yo, hold up again. Why is Public Security after...
This is all to preserve RK. Public Security doesn't want them to. That's why they're trying to close the book on the case by saying Kuwana killed Sawa-sen.
Why?
In Kamurocho, with the Tojo clan disbanded, ex-Yakuza are scattered all over the place. RK has absorbed them into their network, and Public Security is monitoring them to keep the peace.
Then why is RK after Kuwana-san? Was Public Security already helping them at that point?
Well,
come on. We're screwed if we can't...
Right. Give me a sec to think. Public Security is probably working for Reiko Kusamoto, Vice Minister of the
What?
Kawana, you had your students kidnap Shinya Kawai, right? 5 years ago, Kawai bullied Reiko Kusamoto's son, Mitsuru-kun. That painted a target on his back. But before you took Kawai out, you approached Reiko Kusamoto with your revenge offer. Ahara told us that. Before taking revenge on a bully, you'd approach the family about it first. Did you make the same offer to Reiko?
What if I did?
She's the Vice Minister of the Ministry of Health, and she's pretty popular. She's even cleaning up her... If it were to surface that she agreed to her, and if you get to go down in cuffs instead... Before that can happen, Reiko Kusamoto plans...
and use Public Security...
Exactly. Except Public Security can't just go after you. So they subcontracted RK to do the dirt. That would explain why Public Security is trying to cover for...
I see. Well, the logic starts off sound...
Something wrong with it?
Unfortunately, yes.
And what's that?
I did, in fact, approach Kusamoto-san 5 years ago about taking revenge on Shinya Kawai. And just as you said, I used Mamiya-kun and the others to kidnap.
And?
From that point on, Kusamoto-san knew I was directing Mamiya-kun and the others. She'd seen their faces, knew their identities, everything. So, if Kusamoto-san wanted to go after me, Mamiya-kun and the others would be first on the list. But the fact is, Public Security hasn't laid of which means Kusamoto-san isn't.
Sure.
Hey, so sorry if this is off topic, but what was Kusamoto-san doing when Shinya Kawai was...
She was standing right there with me.
Why?
Shinya Kawai, she took it slow, just like Akihiro at home.
She killed Kawai herself?
Afterward, she told me she'd never wash the smell of his blood off her hands.
Damn, man.
I was the only one who knew that, by the way. The others have no idea. On that day, 5 years ago, I sent them straight home after they... And I was the only one with Kusamoto-san when she killed.
This sounds way too crazy.
Even so, the fact is, Kusamoto-san... Besides, I doubt the Vice Minister is powerful enough to order...
And who is giving them their order?
Well, I'd say your theory's on the right. I'm sure Public Security contracted RK. I imagine they're so persistent because they know I can...
Either way, whoever's pulling the strings is someone who... So if it isn't Reiko Kusamoto, maybe it's one of her enemies?
An enemy?
Yeah, like someone within the Ministry of Health. Or maybe even some kind of political... Nothing would be more valuable to them than dirt on Kusamoto. Or they could threaten and manipulate her as they see... Is that why Public Security has been taking action? If they wanted to take her down, They could have had the police investigate her.
Right. Kusamoto-san can walk away from the Ministry of Health anytime she wants. Plus, she has the public's support, especially with the younger. All just more reasons for her to have.
I read some article about how even the Prime Minister, like, she'll get up in his face every time he signs an order. Dumbass loses so many arguments, he practically works for her now.
So the Prime Minister's trying to find some dirt on...
He's just an example. Weren't you listening when we said Kusamoto-san has lots of...
Don't be a dick.
So whoever's behind this may have been looking for a weakness in Kusamoto. They must have got their start after realizing Ehara. That puts Ehara and Reiko Kusamoto in the same boat, being that they're... And if they discovered that Kawai also vanished 5 years ago...
Regardless, that wouldn't account for the rest of the incidents where a bully ended up dead. You'd know. You're the one going up and down the whole country killing them off, aren't you? Kawai makes number 7.
7? Damn, man.
It wouldn't take much to connect the dots. It'd lead straight to her. Reiko Kusamoto. Then they'd know that she was among the victims who got her revenge.
Yeah. And then, to Ahara's case. The link between him and Kusamoto is clear as day now if you know what you're looking for. That link is Sawa-sensei. It took me a while, but I connected the two cases together myself. It was RK. She never should have even been on their radar. In fact, they traced your name from her. Sawa-sensei knew. She suspected you were involved with the Mikoshiba murder in one way or another, right? You don't care. You see your killing spree on these former bullies like you're doing the country a service. In your eyes, this is vengeance. Actually, no. You'd call it justice, wouldn't you? Except... Sawa-sensei wouldn't have died if it was.
That was never my intent. She shouldn't have died.
No. You don't get to just brush her off like that. Like an afterthought. You had to have known you'd go down for this eventually. And you're fine if all your old students like Yui Mamiya go down with you. By then, why would you look back at your trail of blood? Why would you clean up all your carnage? It's not your problem, right? You move forward with one purpose. Send as many bullies to hell as you can. Beyond that, you don't give a shit what happens. Sawa-sensei died in tears. You didn't see what I saw. The fear she must have felt was still frozen on her face. You, Ehara, Reiko Kusamoto, you're all murderers. And so far, all of you have gotten away with it. So why did Yoko Sawa end up having to pay the price? Tell me, will you even be able to look her in the eye when you die?
I doubt it. That's gonna follow me well into the afterlife. So what now, then? March to the cops and turn myself in?
You should. If you don't do exactly that, no one will know why she had to die. And that'll be the end of her story. Everyone will keep on dancing around her death, even though she was completely innocent. Just like the cops are doing.
Afraid I can't do that. If I turn myself in now, there's only one thing that happens. Public security takes me out. And worse, Reiko Kusamoto would be compromised. And that, I will never allow to happen. Of all the people involved in this, she deserves to walk free. Her revenge was justified.
You think so?
All she did was scrape off the scum of the earth that pushed her only son into an attempted suicide. She didn't sit around crying about a legal miscarriage. She took justice into her own hands. No one has any right to indict her for that. So don't go there. Nobody lays a finger on her.
Hey, skinny ginger kid. Looks like this is gonna turn into a little more than a chat.
Good thinking.
So is your plan to kill me too? Anyone who interferes with your justice, we all get added to your body count, don't we?
The punishment fits the crime. You're just blind. If you can't see that, then you can go to hell.
Ну пиздец. И Сагира просто ушел. Нифига. Есть. Пидорас. Пусть это при повторении наносит не так много урона, как изначально, но хотя бы это позволяет доджить урон по мне. Хуя себе, блядь. Да пиздец.
Bring it on! Come get some! Bring it on!
Вот этим я его добью.
long has this been going now?
I lost track.
Call it?
Nah. They're gonna tire out eventually. Beating the shit out of each other is the way some people communicate.
I can see that.
There we go. Now let's stop them.
Yeah, it's about that time.
Haven't you had enough yet?
What? You think it's time to give it a rest? Hell no. Stay out of our way. You're not looking so hot.
You got lucky I stopped when I did, you know. I had a move lined up with your name on it.
You're the one who got lucky as far as I'm concerned. I was about to kick your ass.
What a fucking mess, guys.
О, ебать. Ебать. Это же китаец в 7-й части. Ебать.
Hey, both of you, eat. Your food's getting cold.
One of our higher-ups cooked this himself. It won't look good if there's any left.
Not a problem. This stuff's great.
Delicious. Man, this is the good stuff.
So that means Reiko Kusamoto could be being targeted by public security.
Right. It's possible part of the police wants to catch me as leverage against, but that's only if public security really is.
Well, someone up top's been putting pressure on the investigation. That much is clear. But no matter how you slice it, the fact that your enemy number, unfortunately, all I got out...
Public security is Japan's top intelligence agency.
Agreed.
Then I guess now's a good time to make a suggestion.
Huh?
Tell me, who benefits the most from you two fighting? That'd be public security. The more you drag each other down, the easier they'll be able to get the jump on. By the time you notice, it's too late. They've got you. That's exactly what if you two work together, watch each other's backs, and act before RK, and you might even be able to find out who's pulling...
Yeah. For two enemies to join forces, there needs to be an even greater threat to fight.
Sure. I'm on board with that.
Fine, but this is only temporary. Once we finish with public security, I'm gonna make sure...
Okay, then where do we start? Should we just storm
No. First, we need to confirm public security is really the enemy we're at.
We'll make our move after that.
We have the element of surprise. They have no idea we're working together.
Then we'll use it to our advantage and outsmart them.
Aw, look at the boy.
If public security's trying to find some leverage against Kusamoto, they're the experts in wiretapping and espionage, after all. We just need a quick confirmation. We'll just give her a call.
Right here?
Yes. That way, her enemy will trace the call and pinpoint our and public security is the only one in Japan who can pull that off, so we'll know right away if it's them.
Yeah. Wait, hold up! You saying if you call up Reiko Kusamoto, then the bad guys will start... We maybe not do that?
Actually, that might just work in our favor.
Huh? Bro, why are you talking...
Yagami-san, you sure about getting on bro terms without Kaito-san? Wouldn't that bum him out?
Whoa. This is amazing. What is this?
Good shit, huh? You've got good taste, bro. I knew you of all people would notice the difference.
Kuwana, when was the last time you spoke to Reiko?
5 years ago. On the night she killed Kawai. We arranged
So you have her number then?
If it hasn't changed.
What is it then? I have an
What?
idea. We're gonna set a trap to find out if we really are. They trace the call and they send people for us. And we know for sure. That's why we're gonna call Reiko Kusamoto using a location that doesn't exist.
How does that work?
We'll use 2 phones that can't be traced back to us, and we'll relay your voice. Obviously, you won't be wherever we do this from. Best to do this someplace with no one around. Once we see who they send in...
Wait, what's happening?
Don't worry, I got it. You'll catch up, Sugiura.
First, we need to know our enemy. I'll have Tsukumo prep us some burner phones.
Which means a truce for the time being?
Only while you're here. Gotta keep things civil for my brother.
Man, Zhao-san's cooking makes even the suckiest situations not suck.
Cheers to that!
Блять, голове пора уже закончиться. Шел, блин, на полчаса.
So Tsukumo-kun's already got the phones ready. They're burners that can't be traced back.
2 of them, right?
Just like you asked for.
Nicely done, Yokohama 99. Your work.
Just the 2 I've been waiting for. Excellent work, by the way.
Hey, got those burner...
Of course I do.
I still don't fully get what's going on. Yagami-san, what are we gonna...
Okay, I'll break it down. First, we call Kawana on one phone. Let's say this one here. Then we use this other phone to call Reiko Kusamoto, using them that way. The phones won't be connected to each other, but their voices will be relayed so they can talk normally.
Oh, okay. And then?
If public security finds out Reiko Kusamoto's talking to Kawana, they'll trace the call without actually finding him. Then we can see exactly who they send without risk of being seen ourselves.
I think I'm getting it.
Surely you don't intend to do that here, do you? That would put a beacon on us for Kawana-san's enemies.
Yeah, we'll do it somewhere remote. We need a place where nobody would raise an eyebrow at an army of public, and it's gotta have a good vantage point.
There's a building under construction not far from here. It's late, so
Когда в
no one
школу
should be
пойти,
around and may
блядь?
get involved unintentionally.
Там позвонить.
Where is it?
It's right near Seiryo High.
Okay, you two stay put.
You sure about that?
Let me at least put out a drone, yeah? I'll use it to capture...
That'd be good.
Уже 11 часов. О, такси у школы есть. Вы прям сюда завезли?
and stay down. Great. You need to listen. Let's do this. What a waste. This must be the construction site.
Там обычно битва с каким-нибудь хулиганьем во всех боевиках.
This is Tsukamo. Yagamishi, I've confirmed your position.
Yeah. I think I can spot whoever comes close from here. I'm gonna call Kawana on the burner
Understood.
now.
It's Kawana.
You ready? I'm about to call Reiko Kusamoto. Once you're connected, you take it from there.
It's been 5 years since I last spoke to her.
Yeah. Can't imagine this won't be awkward.
Yes, hello?
This is Kitakata, from Kurakawa Academy.
What?
You'll have to forgive me for this, but the position I'm in required me to reach out to you. I would never have done this otherwise. I should also note, there's a high probability this phone call is being tapped.
I see. Very well, then.
It's been 13 years, Kusumoto-san.
So it has.
Kitakata-sensei. I've read about your accomplishments. To think you'd become a vice minister.
You never really know how things are going to work out.
But that's not true at all, Kusumoto-san. You were always destined to move up in the world. I've got to be honest with you. A woman as virtuous and as capable as you deserves the world and then some.
But how is Mitsuru-kun?
I'm afraid he's still asleep. Nothing's changed.
I see. I wish I had the words.
What is it you wanted?
If you've been watching the news, you've probably already heard. I've become a prime suspect for a crime. They think I murdered Yokosawa in her apartment.
I've heard.
Obviously, it wasn't me who killed her, of course. Do you happen to remember Sawa-kun by any chance?
The girl from your class. She was the only one of those students who ever came to visit Mitsuru. But even then, that's been at least 10 years now. I got a letter from her once. She wanted to tell me she'd become a teacher. But I never did reply. And that was the last I'd heard from her.
I see.
So back to my question. What do you want?
I hope you weren't planning to ask me for a favor. I'm afraid the answer would be no.
No, it's not that. It's just... I wanted to let you know that at some point, someone may come to you to ask a few questions about me. I thought I should give you a heads up. I'll make every effort to ensure they won't cause any trouble for you, Kusumoto-san. I'm sorry about this. I'll try to handle it from my side.
So in your opinion then, do you believe anything related to you could cause me any trouble?
Don't worry. I'm sure you'll be just fine.
We're almost to the signal. Kill the headlights.
2 cars inbound. Looks like we were right on the money. This proves Reiko Kusumoto's phone is compromised. And if there's one organization capable of tracing a call and moving on it, it's gotta be public security on the hunt for Kawana.
Public security is really coming straight to you by car?
No. There's no way they could mobilize their people that quickly. My guess, it's gotta be the prefectural police that they've got in their pocket. Or it's just RK.
I will say it's been great to hear your voice again. But this should be the last time you ever hear from me. I'll try my best.
I understand. Goodbye.
Зачем мне телефоны на дрон повесили, если к зданию все равно привели машины? Нахуя?
Hey, look. It's a drone. It has a phone attached to it. Shoot it. Shoot it down.
You sure?
Just take it down. Hurry it up. Hey, what the fuck are you aiming at?
I can't hit it. It's too small. Shit.
Damn, dude. How the hell are we supposed to chase down a drone? And where the fuck is this Kawana guy?
Who knows, man? They called us in to catch this shithead, but how the hell are we supposed to do that? It's fucked up. Do we look like spec ops?
Yeah, right. But at least you gotta shoot that thing.
This is my second time, actually. I took a few shots at some kids in a park. I aimed at the ground and sent those little shits running for their lives.
We're done here. Pack it in.
That's 6 punks and only 1 gun between you by my count.
Who the fuck are you?
It was you guys in charge. I'm sure Kawana would have had this whole thing solved a long time ago. Well, then again, I suppose I do have to give you credit for how fast you made it here.
That was my gun, asshole!
Who's the one giving the orders? You may as well just level with me. You guys are RK's bottom rung, right?
It sounds like you must know Kawana. Well, I guess we're not gonna be leaving here empty-handed after all. Come on! We're taking this guy in, boys! Fuck him up!
Ah, you morons.
Let's go!
Ебать, музыка пошла.
Who sent you
The
here?
order came from the head honchos in RK.
You mean Soma?
Not that high up. It was one of the bosses. There's a bunch of them.
What did they tell you to do once you found Kawana?
They just said to catch him. Well, they also made it very clear not to kill him. Like we'd pull the trigger. We never even heard what our cut was.
Just another useless grunt. Tell me, gentlemen, how would you feel if you found out you were just pawns in public security's game?
We're playing what game now?
I suggest you quit RK while you can. Go tell your buddies, get them out too. Otherwise, they'll keep you in the dark, use you and toss you aside. And then, you'll end up in a ditch there's no crawling out of.
Ну, мораль прочитал.
Yes?
Pardon me. You would be Reiko Kusamoto, correct?
Sir, it's a little late for this. And how'd you get in here in the first place? I've expressly forbid having visitors.
Come now. I'm a coordinator with the National Police Bureau, but I'm sure you're familiar with my Division of Public Security. Bondo is my name, ma'am.
Are you now? Well, I'm afraid coordinator is rather vague.
I have a more public-facing title as well, of course. But I'm trying to be discreet here, so let's not get bogged down with minor details. It's in our best interests. I'm afraid that won't help. I've already seen to that.
What is this?
There's a question I need answered with some urgency, Kusamoto-san. It concerns the disappearance of a certain individual.
Huh.
About 5 years ago, a man vanished off the streets of Kamurocho. I'm sure you'll recognize him. A former classmate of Mitsuru-kun here, Shinya Kawai. I believe there are things you might know. I can say that with some level of certainty as a matter of fact.
Пум-пум-пум-пум.